is, when it comes to investing in leadership and culture development, what criteria do you consider when determining the value of a course?
I have a big problem in our industry around those organizations that say they're learning and development organizations that are very big, that constantly repackage what they have to look very shiny, but ultimately it's the same kind of programs, be it leadership development, management, team development, so-called soft skills development, which in my world doesn't really exist. These are powerful core skills that we need to have: the communication, the negotiation, the collaboration, all of these kind of things. So I have a real problem in our industry because I don't think we're doing justice to our customers enough. So this refers back to, and I can evidence my claim to be championing this because I live and breathe that belief. So that research that I talked about before leads to me annually, and I'm just a small company, updating all of my content with the latest case studies, new learnings from that year that has gone, because the pace of change is so fast. So the pace of change is so much, the pace of challenges is so great, the pace of learning has to keep up with that. So for me, the value comes from learning that is grounded in today and tomorrow, not what we used to do and how we just repackaged it and maybe put a module in about hybrid, but actually how we fundamentally reimagine what learning can be.
Yeah, dogma bad. It was funny what you're saying, because it's sort of what I do when people, my biggest struggle in sort of building my consultancy has been, well, what do you do? Is like, well, I could offer you some cookie cutter answer to that, but until we have the conversation, what I can do for you doesn't exist yet, because it is always, to use the British term, bespoke, or to use a more American or Canadian, North American term, tailor-made. It's like, if I have a ready to do stamped out course, I think there's a problem with that. And I'm a teacher, like there's a framework, but every individual student is doing something entirely different and at their level. So what the fantastically good speaker or the fantastically good leader already does, I'm not helping them at the same level as I'm helping somebody else who's a new employee who can barely make their own decisions, and they're afraid to direct somebody else who is now junior to them. So it's an oxymoron to say we have a course that covers it all. You're either oblivious or you're lying and you know it, because it has to be built to the needs of that particular individual in that organization. So I'm on the same bandwagon. So, it's pretty obvious. And, 17 years of teaching, I can say from direct experience, that's the way it really works. Cookie cutter has never really worked. It's just we accepted it for some odd reason. So the next one,